The wilderness is a beautiful place, but it has a dark side that most people never see. Some go into the woods and never come back. Others return, but they are never the same again. The following stories are 100% true, collected from eyewitnesses who saw things in the deep woods of North America that defy all logic. The names have been changed to protect the victim's privacy. Before we begin, check your locks, grab a blanket, and turn off the lights. You never know who or what might be listening. Our first story comes from a seasoned hiker named Mark. In the summer of 2025, Mark decided to take a solo 5-day trek through a remote section of the Appalachian Trail. Mark wasn't a beginner. He knew these woods like the back of his hand. But on the third day, something felt different. The afternoon sun was still up, but the air felt heavy and cold. By 6 p.m., as the sun began to dip behind the jagged mountain peaks, the forest did something Mark had never experienced in 10 years of hiking. It went dead silent. No birds chirping, no wind rustling the leaves, not even the sound of a single cricket. It was a void of sound, the kind of silence that makes your ears ring. Mark decided to set up camp early. As he was hammering his tent stakes into the dirt, he heard it. "Mark, help me! I'm over here!" Mark froze. His blood turned to ice. It was his mother's voice. It wasn't just a similar voice, it was her exact tone, her exact pitch. But there was one problem. His mother was 2,000 miles away in a nursing home in Florida. He gripped his flashlight, his heart hammering against his ribs. "Hello?" he called out, his voice trembling. For a long minute, there was no reply. Then the voice came again, closer this time. Maybe only 30 feet into the thick brush. "Mark, it hurts, please help me." But this time the voice sounded glitched. The end of the sentence distorted like a scratched vinyl record or a failing digital recording. It was mechanical and cold. Mark shined his high-lumen flashlight toward the sound. The beam of light cut through the dark trees, and that's when he saw it. Standing behind a thin pine tree was a figure. It was at least 7 feet tall, with limbs that were far too long and thin to be human. It was pale, almost glowing under the flashlight. But the most terrifying part was its face, or rather, the lack of one. Where the eyes and nose should have been, there was only smooth, stretched skin, no mouth, no ears, just a blank white head. As Mark watched in horror, the creature's throat began to vibrate. Without opening a mouth it didn't have, his mother's voice came out of its chest. "Mark, why won't you help me?" The creature took a step forward, its movements jerky and unnatural, like a puppet on strings. Mark didn't think. He dropped his gear, grabbed his keys, and sprinted. He ran for 3 miles in the pitch black, his lungs burning, hearing that distorted voice echoing through the trees behind him the whole way. He reached his truck, locked the doors, and drove until he saw city lights. To this day, Mark refuses to step foot near a forest. He realized that night that some things in the woods don't just hunt you. They trick you.